Good evening, everyone, and welcome to an Apex Point Racing League live stream slash feature race. Good evening from where you are tuning in, or good morning from wherever you are around the world. Yep, as mentioned, we are here today to watch the latest and first feature race for Season 8, which will be our um, Pro-Am division drivers here at Barcelona-Cataluyna for round one of the Gran Turismo GT3 series for our Pro Series drivers. And in the comms box with me today, we have Diabolus. How are you going?
Hey Snoopy, hello everybody that's tuned in. Exciting one. I'm very excited to see this first race at Barcelona. Love this track, as I said to Snoopy earlier before we started. Actually, wouldn't have mind racing this one, to be honest.
Mm, yeah, it would have been a good one, especially with the field of competitors that we've had sign up for Season 8. One of our strongest showings to date so far, which is really, really exciting to see. And I'm sure we'll see some of that action on the track tonight. I'm most excited about the fact that I have absolutely no idea of the results of this race. Already forgotten, if I'm completely honest with you. Have no idea what the strategy calls will be. So for me in particular, this will all be very fresh, very new, especially round one of the season with new drivers hitting the track as well. So I'm sure it's going to be an exciting race. There's a lot of legacy drivers that have been here from season one, and also some new drivers who have rocked up for the start of this season. So it's going to be exciting to see how they all mix it together. Um, just a quick round the grounds for anyone tuning in. So, first feature race of the season, we'll be reviewing the Pro-Am division drivers from the Pro Series in our Gran Turismo Group 3 series. And before we jump into it, just wanted to give a quick shout out to our league partner and sponsor, which is Image Digital. They're an Aussie leader in high quality all over printed apparel. From sportswear to corporate and club gear, they always deliver premium, sustainably made garments, using color fast, breathable, moisture wicking fabrics. Whether it's a single custom piece or thousands of units, Image Digital and the team will work with your design and offer expert design and brand development services as well. They've been supporting Apex Point Racing League for the entire year and even before that as well. They all help us look good as we race. And in speaking of support as well, just wanted to give a massive shout out to our generous benefactors and supporters who donate to the league. Your contributions really are vital. They help to keep the league running, but also make it grow into the incredible community that it is today. We've seen some new drivers join, and have only been a couple of races in, and are really, you know, blown away by the efforts and how well put together that is, and it's all part of people coming together, both from the benefactors and the supporters and also the people that volunteer their time, like our stewards and hosts and things like that. So just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that gets involved. Again, a community is only as strong as its members, so just take stock of that. Remember what we're all here for, to race and have a good time, and have some mateships. I know some guys got together this weekend and met up at the Gold Coast 500, which was really cool as well. So thank you all again for racing and being a part of Apex Point Racing League. But enough of that for the time being. We'll just get into the race details for tonight in particular. So we've got the first round here at Barcelona-Cataluyna. The no chicane layout actually. So much to everyone's enjoyment, avoiding that little chicane at the bottom there. We're expecting 27 laps for the entire race today, 2 times tyre wear, 6 times fuel wear, and 11 times refuel rate. So the fuel wear rate is kind of high, but we've got a high refuel rate to accommodate for that. In terms of the forecast for the race itself, it looks like it'll be a clear start with cloud cover to follow later in the race. And for our Pro Series drivers tonight, all tyres are actually mandatory, so the soft, medium and hard compound tyres will be mandatory, and damage is on heavy. So for those that are joining who may be racing in the development series and things like that, the main difference between the two, levels you could call it, would be that in the Pro Series they have well, they could have multiple tyre compounds and damage is on heavy at all times, and also assists are limited, whereas in the development series, which are more catered to those sort of starting their sim racing journey, finding their feet, or in sort of more of that intermediate level and wanting to get a bit of league racing under their belt, the restrictions are a little bit more relaxed in the sense of there's only one mandatory tyre compound, no heavy damage, and you're a little bit more open to the assist there. So we have a full lobby actually tonight. So 16 drivers across the board. They've already done their qualifying laps and the grid has been set. So from 1 through to 16, we have, starting on pole actually, Robin Banks from Karma 2 Autosports. Behind them on the rolling start will be Ozpat G from NRG Racing. In third place, we have Cruiser Online for NRG Ignite Racing. In fourth, we have DJ Swinger, who's making their debut at Apex Point Racing League. They are racing for Karma 3 Autosports. And fifth, we have DJ Tusas for NRG Tusas Racing. In sixth, we have Specs for Black Smoke Racing. In seventh, we have our AM Division winner from Season 7, Rudzi, representing Trademark Red Miss Racing. In eighth, we've got the Real DC from PSU Paradox. In ninth, Angus GTR from Karma 2 Autosports. In 10th, we have Amateur Pitmaster featuring of Black Smoke Racing. In 11th, we have Brando from Breakthrough T1D Racing. In 12th, we have another debut driver, V-Man73 for Karma 4 Autosports. In 13th, a couple grid spots back from his teammate, is Grim from Breakthrough T1D Racing. 14th, we have X Big Rig of PSU Paradox. 15th, a long-time returning driver, Spud24 Potato, joining in on the grid in 15th as part of Locked Hubs Motorsports. And last, in 16th position, we have Atlanta's Fire Karma 1 Autosports. Now, Anthony, there was a good mix of legacy drivers and new drivers in Season 8 across the board, but I think between you, me, and Flux, the Pro-Am division was actually one of the most congested in terms of like the number of applications and where all the dominoes lay in terms of like how the drivers applied in their pre-qualifier. Do you want to just maybe explain to the community here just a little bit about how we go through the process of looking at their data, their ELO and things like that, and how we were able to piece them all together here today?
Yeah, so as Snoopy was saying, we did have quite a fair few, or our biggest, or our strongest sign-up ratio. Before I go into how we go through all those processes, just remind everybody for future seasons, getting those registrations in as soon as we drop the applications. One of the things that we do when we are reviewing them is we're looking at the order in which, or the date and time stamps that your applications come in as well. So we know the guys who are keen. It helps us decide who are reserves, and it will save us a lot of hassle, like we did this season with late sign-ups with legacy drivers and having to chase them up and then move people around again and reshuffle. That is kind of a pain, but we got
because essentially we have about a 3-week window between registrations opening and I think it's about 3 week, about 3 week window between registrations opening and round one starting, and that weekend prior to round one, so really that Friday night, when everyone else is out having barbecues and enjoying themselves, we all jump on and go through the most lovely of spreadsheets to put everyone together. And we take a quick stock check of who's registered at that point. So if people come in after that point, like on Monday, and they've just remembered, really does throw a big spanner in the works.
Yeah. So, like Sophie was saying, we do spend a good lengthy evening together with Reese Palazzo, who is our biggest helper. And what we do is we go through legacy drivers first and their performance in the past season and seasons, plural, to then work out the order, and we start pretty much top to bottom and work our way down and move people around based on your elos and how they've either climbed or decreased. And then we're also looking at the podium winners of each series and moving up at least the winner at the bare minimum. The winner of each season gets moved up. Generally, it's two. The first two are getting moved up, and the bottom two in the championship are getting demoted. But we also got to look at the attendance ratios, which makes it a little bit more complicated, just because you come last in the championship, you may not have attended every single race. So just so we're all aware, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create full lobbies of competitive drivers that are going to attend every week to get the maximum out of the experience for you guys, as well as make it a bit more interesting for us when we're putting together the stats and the tables and all the fun things that the sort of things that I do. So when we get a few races in, I will endeavour to share stats with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever have a query about your ELO performance, just hit me up on a DM and I can get your result for you, or your performance over the past few races, and provide that information to you. This season's going to be interesting as well because we're also going to be tracking penalties. We have a penalty point system, as we've disclosed in the pre-season, off-season. We put out a post about penalty points being awarded to people for wrongdoings, you could say, which will act almost like a license, if you could imagine, where these points will contribute to either, race suspensions and or bans if it gets to
and a
that
season withdrawal.
stage.
Yeah.
I
4
don't think
points
we
for
have
a
that kind
race
of.
ban,
Mhm.
7 points for a season withdrawal.
Yeah, and you might get multiple points in an incident, so keep that in mind. So it's best that you all race with care and respect for each other. That's first and foremost, guys. We're here as a community, and we want you guys to be having the best experience out there. And there's no room for grudges and just intolerance for other drivers. It's just makes it really difficult for us to be mediators. We don't want to be doing that. So we try to do our best to have these penalty structures in place, and now we're looking at even more severe, I guess, incentives for people to act properly.
Yep. It's always a bit of a test and learn process with anything,
It
especially when you're
is.
building it yourself, right? So, again, feedback is always welcomed. We do take surveys at the end of the season for a reason, but feedback is welcome at any time. But yeah, just to echo the point Anthony made earlier in terms of like the drivers and the mix of people, we've had one of our strongest starts to the season that we've probably ever seen. So just got some quick numbers because I know he loves numbers, Anthony, as much as I do. We have just in round one this week, in particular, we had 32 Pro Series drivers. So we had two full lobbies, 16 drivers each for both the Pro Division and the Pro-Am Division. We had 28 Development Series drivers. So they had 14 in each lobby, respectively, which is a really healthy showing. We had 31 Sprint Series drivers. And those races are always hotly contested and a bit chaotic. So, especially with the new theme of the NASCAR Sylvia S15 touring car, it seems to be quite popular. So, thanks to those who showed up for that. And also 23 ACC drivers across both development and pro series categories, totaling to 114 like individual like cars in each series, which is a really strong number. So, thank you guys for supporting us by showing up, attending, being engaged with the community, and regularly yeah, showing up to the races here. But speaking of races, I'm sure everyone wants to hear us stop talking about that stuff and
Yeah.
start playing the. They've seen all the camera angles of Barcelona-Cataluyna too much at the moment that they're probably getting sick of it. So let's crack into this one. See if they can all make it through turn one. I'm hopeful that our Pro-Am drivers will be kind to Robin Hill at the front here. Are you ready, Anthony?
I'm ready.
Cool.
You got a
3,
countdown?
2, 1, go. Alright, let's get all the info. Okay. And they're off and underway. One of 27 laps to go. Guys, just give me a quick sound check if you can hear us all okay on the live stream here, but we can see all the cars coming through in a nice orderly fashion. We'll jump to the front here with Robin Hill. Makes it through turn one quite nicely with Ozpat G, not too far behind in the Lamborghini. An actually strong track, I would say, for the Lamborghini. So expect some big things here, but just remember, it could be a bit of a mixed bag here at the start of the race. Actually, Ozpat G looks to line up a move on Robin Hill. He thinks about it, but holds on, and they keep in their positions here. But yeah, there could be a mix of tyre compounds here at the moment. I might get Anthony to look at that information a little bit later in the race here. As Ozpat G goes around the outside there, has a look. Oh, we got a bit of a crash there. Did I see something? No, am I dreaming? Oh, I did see something. It's Swinger. I heard some tyres screaming in the background, and I wasn't sure what's going on. So there may have been some contact there from another driver, or just came off their own way. But it looks like, based on that damage on the rear right panel there, that looks like someone ran into the back of them there. But back to the front of the race, Robin Hill still leading the charge as they make their way through the, I guess, back straight you could call it, into the hairpin. I just feel like Ozpat G's got a better tyre on at the moment, just judging by the way that they're racing.
Yeah, Ozpat G's definitely running a very different tyre from everybody else. He's running the soft compound at the moment.
Yep, I'm good.
So that Lamborghini is going to be super strong. This is one of the strongest tracks for this car, in fact. And we've had actually a number of Lamborghinis sign up this season, which is interesting, and actually not very many Genesis, from what I've seen.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Maybe the time has changed, hey. It's also going to be interesting when we move a little bit further into the season, because the first time ever at Apex Point Racing League, there will be a sprint-style round for the Group 3 drivers, as Low Fly Motorsports actually gets a nice move up on the inside of our Cruiser there. So nicely done there. Rudzi, our recent graduate from the development series, actually putting some good moves in at the moment in 5th position, holding their own here in front of Specs and DC.
Showing a very good track position.
Yep, another strong track for the Porsche, I would say. Not too many long straights where you really need to rely on that top speed, so the handling of that mid-rear Porsche would work really, really well here. But then again, it could be because of the fact that they're on different tyres, so it'll all come out when the pit stops end up finishing. But there's a nice little group forming behind them with DC here, leading the charge for PSU Racing. Getting nice and close behind Specs, actually.
Real DC getting a bit loose there through that little complex corner.
Yeah, it is a challenging one, and thankfully for this round in particular, the track limit penalties were set to week. As Pitmaster actually moves off the racing line, I'm assuming he would have served the penalty there, so following the race director's briefings.
Everybody's been quite clean so far.
V-Man...
Through that challenging hairpin.
Yep, without that challenging hairpin. V-Man hanging on to 11th position there. Gained 1 position on Brando, but looks like Brando's also moved forward as well, so looks like would have been Swinger that brought them forward. But yeah, still a long race to go. I don't think Swinger got any damage, so I imagine if he gets his
Swinger
head down...
has got damage. He's got he's got right hand damaged.
Yeah, it looks like it. We can see it on the replay.
Yeah. Yep.
And it looks like Grimm has dropped off a fair bit too. I'm not sure what happened there, but there's a big gap between Grimm and Spud in 14th. So, yeah, something must have happened there.
So, both on the hard tyres. So, 3 cars at the rear on the hard compound. And that BMW seems to be sucking the juice.
Oh, yep. been the meta car for a little while now, but always usually the chaining of the guards says fuel saving. So I'm assuming that's Achilles or Spud providing a bit of intel there. Or also
surprising to me is the GTR seems to be also using just as much fuel as the BMW.
Yeah, it is surprising actually. You thought like the GTR wouldn't be too bad actually.
Yeah.
Atlantis has made some good moves though. Moved up from 16th to 13th, so just goes to show that even if you have a bad quality, just don't give up. Keep carrying on. We've got actually a gaggle of GTRs here at the moment. We've got V-Man, Big Rig, and V-Man. Sorry, Atlantis. So all in GTRs. So they should be pretty evenly paced, I would say. V-Man's actually an Lexus. I'm a liar.
Lexus, yeah.
So yeah, that's just me lying.
Dropping some real heat from Big Rig.
Putting a bit of the pressure on. Again, it's hard for us to know until we do a quick stock check of the tyre compounds, but just jumping back up to the front. Oh, we've got two people going side by side here. Specs and Angus going down the main straight. Look like Angus has just got a little bit ahead. Let's see if they're able to go 2x2.
Cruiser's just picked up a penalty in fourth place.
It's not going to do him any.
With Rudsey giving him some pressure.
Yes. As we see the incorrect banner run by Cruiser there, so there will be a letter in his inbox at some point this week to rectify that.
Marshall.
Yep, court martial. Minus 1,000 points.
Yeah.
But yeah, got that half a second penalty, so Rudsey should be able to get past him pretty easily.
I'm very impressed, irrespective of the banner there. Everyone's liveries look fantastic. My favourite part about Gran Turismo is the liveries, and they just look awesome.
It's always a special shout out to our trademark Red Mist Racing liveries and their main livery editor, and as Rosie gets a bit aggressive there to make sure he just holds that inside line on Cruiser. It's such a short back straight.
Robin Hill picked up a penalty.
Picked up a penalty too.
In the corner before the hairpin there, just ran a bit wide. Got a half second penalty there.
Yep, for Karma.
So we're going to see the Lamborghini, the Mercedes in first and second running. They're both running soft compounds, and their front tyres are really copying some damage. So either the brake balance isn't probably correct, or they're not too concerned about these soft tyres. To Robin Hill, who's the first car on mediums.
Okay.
Rudsey also running the medium tyre, and Cruiser is doing very well. He'll be one to look out for. He's running the hard tyre and he's keeping up. So you might see something at the pit stops.
It's a bit of a mental game at the moment, especially if you're on a harder compound tyre. You wouldn't know what your competitors on. You'd be able to maybe have a guess based on the gaps and how they would close down and things like that. But when you find yourself in the mid pack only going backwards, you really just need to take stock of the moment and be like, no, it's okay. I'm on the hard compound tyre, like in the case of Cruiser here. Just need to pump out really fast, consistent laps for a hard tyre. Ideally, he has that number in his head of what that lap time is, which looks about the 145, high 144 mark from what I can tell. And if he sticks to that, it will pay dividends in the long run. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up.
So we've got Real DC chasing him down on the medium tyre, and his lap times have been quite poor for the medium tyre until lap 4. He's actually set a pretty fast time as he picks up a half-second penalty.
Oh no!
So his pace is picking up, so Cruiser's going to have some heat in the moment.
Isn't it interesting that there's still penalties getting picked up here, despite the fact that being on weak? We might just jump back here. Angus is in sort of no man's land, which will probably make it a little bit easier on him. Brando's got two teammate cars, well not his teammate cars, but two other teammate cars behind him for company, as that rotary powered RX Vision GT3 car screams down the main straight. You see the two big V8 AMGs behind them, as everyone loves to point out the fact that they are incredibly loud whenever you race them. They just make a really loud noise as they go past. So I'm sure Brando can hear that over the rotary-powered Mazda here. He's got two V8s. To see if Specs and Pitmaster, if they've got comms open between them, or
Yeah, I was just going to say that because it looks like they're about to start fighting rather than communicating. So it'll be interesting to see this early on if they're going to fight. It's going to cost them time to Brando, and it looks like it's already happening.
While that was happening, actually, there is someone down in 16th, I believe, who may has done a pit stop. I'd be curious to know who that is, Anthony.
V-Man has pitted, and he's taken on the soft tyre for the Lexus.
Okay. So maybe thinking about, I don't recall whether they want a hard or medium earlier, but it looks like they wanted to offload a tyre and get moving on to the next one.
Yeah, he's got some clean air ahead of him too for the soft tyre, so it's probably a pretty clever move if that's the strategy with people using the soft and their harder compounds. The soft tyre now with open air is going to hopefully pay off for him.
Hopefully it does, yep. We're just riding on board with Robin Hills, hanging on to the back of Low Life Motorsports. I wouldn't be surprised if Low Life's tyres are going a bit shredded there. Last lap he did a 144.4 and Robin did a 143.5, so he is gaining. It looks like those soft tyres are coming to the end of their life. Yep.
They are, yeah.
Looks like 6 laps seems to be the number.
Front left, yeah. And the Lamborghini is just the same, so I don't know what these guys are doing for their brake balance, but they have the exact same tyre wear in the same spots, so...
Just the nature of the track, hey, that clockwise
Well, I'm not
orientation.
sure what's changed between the Lamborghini since I used to race, but Lamborghini used to be terrible on tyres, but it just seems to be the same kind of wear with the MG at the moment.
Yeah, that's really interesting. As Robin, who is actually sizing up a move on Low Life Motorsports or DJ2 Sus, as his PSN name would be, I think Robin would be able to... Oh, he gets a bit squirrely out there.
Dirty, yeah.
Yeah. Just maybe hit the curb a little bit. Just rather lose a bit of time there. Just the grip he has going through that corner, actually, to hang on to the... Not lose too much time from DJ2 Sus. And I guarantee you he'll gain even more time here. Low Life does a good job of stopping the car in time and getting it right into the apex. Just that grip on the exit from Robin Hill here, especially this corner. Just look at the difference. Just able to hug that apex on the inside line.
He's going to have to,
yeah.
He's got to keep that pitting. If he gets caught in a battle, it's just going to cost him even more time.
He's hanging on there, so Robin could size up a move here. He's got so much grip, he actually almost hits the back of him as they go down the main straight. I wonder how my money would be on the AMG to hold this one here. As the AMG slowly starts to pull ahead. Oh, Robin goes for the switch on the inside. See if he's able to brake a little bit later. And just rely on that grip and pull that through. So nicely done there.
Beautiful performance there.
Ruddsy's catching up to them all.
Rubbing his hands together, watching these two.
Yep, and DC has gotten the jump on Cruiser. So the PSU driver jumping in the NRG driver there. And Angus is hanging on to the back there. Specs and Pitmaster seem to have dropped back a little bit. Atlantis is actually making great moves. From 16th, he's about to take 9th position off Pitmaster here. Pitmaster says no thank you, I'll close the door on that situation. We've got a few cars in the pits, might just jump to them. We have Brando coming out of the pits on hard tyres. XB Grid coming out on medium tyres, and they both slot in behind V-Man. So of the people that have done their pit stops, V-Man is the one out in front at the moment, but you would expect that because they are on the soft compound tyre.
Correct, yep. Brando's on the mediums, I don't know if you've mentioned that.
So this is the great part, because now everything spreads out. If you look at the track map in the top right, everything spreads out, but it's all going to come together in the last 4 or 5 laps, I reckon. Even 3 laps, maybe. Right. You never know.
Well, also, the guys who are running the hard tyre early, they're going to start looking at their fuel consumption. Okay,
so got the jump, and DJ2 Sus is going into with Ozpad G.
Yeah, so he's had a bit of an incident going into the pits as well. He got stuck on the outside of the track with the car on the inside, so it was a bit of a...
Oof.
Would have cost him a bit of time there too.
I'm assuming the medium compound drivers, like Robin Hill, Rudsy, DC, they've all gone through. Atlantis has gone through as well. Spud has gone through as well. Getting some fuel here with Ozpat G as Low Life or DJ2 Sus actually pops in to pick up some new boots and some fresh fuel. See what Ozpack comes out with. It'll be interesting to see on the hard compound tyre behind Swinger, who's still carrying on. So you can just see the pace difference there. Low Life is actually coming out on the hard compound tyres as well, but because of the time that they gained on the soft compound tyres, they were able to stay ahead of V-Man, but I imagine over the next couple of laps, V-Man will get close. They may not be able to overtake them, just because the tyres will be coming to the end of their life once
That's
you get
right.
there. Yep.
He's got to do it quickly.
Yep, and he's a bit far away, but catching back up with the front, we've got our medium compound runners up the front here. Robin Hill in first, our pole sitter as well. So just biding his time, making sure that he focuses on the race that he's running. Rudzy in second, DC making moves up to third place. Cruiser in fourth, who from memory is on the hard compound tyres, so looks like he's going long on that one to make sure that he gets the most out of those softer and medium compound tyres.
So DJ Swinger has also been out. He hasn't been in since the incident where his car collected some damage. He will be looking to pit on this lap, I'd say, with his fuel light flashing. And
still carrying some damage, so might want to get that repaired.
That's right.
Rudzy is in, so the first of the medium compound drivers to hit the pits. And Cruiser and Angus and Spud on, so those latter three drivers all on the hard compound tyres are all done. But yeah, you're right, that GTR is drinking fuel, hey? It's got
I don't know if he's over-revving it
yeah.
or what's going on there, but it seems to be thirsty.
Same with the GTR of Swinger. The rotary of Grim looks awful too in terms of pace. Fuel, sorry. Rudzy comes out on hard tyres. Cruiser comes out on medium tyres. He was on hard tyres. It looked like soft, and I missed a couple of the others. Now V-Man's coming down the main straight. Be interesting to see how that all plays out. These are where all these strategies start to come together. Brando.
That's going to work out well for Ozpat, holding up V-Man on the soft tyres. It's now got traffic between those two.
Yep, just trying to jump to Ozpat here on my end. There it is. Some clean air as well. Rudzy behind holding things up as well. Be interesting to see what Robin Hill does here as he makes his way around the third and final sector of Barcelona. So Rudzy was on medium tyres just like Robin as well, and it looks like Robin's coming in too. So it seems that 10 laps seems to be the go for the medium tyres, 6 laps for the softs. DC for PSU Paradox Racing is also in as well.
He's out of fuel.
Just both out of fuel there. Specs is coming in too, Pitmaster coming in too. Atlantis, so they're on the medium tyres, I imagine. Hard actually for Specs and Pitmaster, so great, and Atlantis too, great effort across the board there. So we've got Ozpat on the hard tyre, if I'm correct, Anthony, and Rudzy running the hard as well.
Rudzy is on the hard tyre, correct.
Yeah, that'll be great for Ozpat then. But he gets a bit squirrely coming out of the last turn, Ozpat. Glad we caught that on camera. But
Rudzy's fuel's looking really great in comparison to the Lamborghini as well. So that could be something that comes into play later on as we watch the cars come out with Ozpat.
Robin Hill's really close to Ozpat. What's Robin Hill come out on?
Hard tyres.
Okay, so neutralised race there.
Correct. Robin Hill's done well. He did have a bit bumpy start, if you recall. He did drop down to, I think, 4th place from memory. So he's done well to gain some time back during those pit stops.
And speaking of doing well, DC's in 3rd position here at the moment. So started down in 8th, made his way up to 3rd. So keep cracking on. Could be on for a good result here.
Yep, he's running the soft tyre at the moment as well. So the Robin Hill should have him breathing down his neck soon.
As those clouds start to roll in, as the brightness on the track actually changes a little bit, it could have a little bit of a dynamic shift in terms of the temperatures and the amount of strain going through the tyres. So maybe the drivers that chose to start on the softer compounds could have burned them up a little bit quicker versus people using them now, where the track's maybe cooled down a little bit.
That's true.
Cruiser, as Angus is actually sizing up a move here on low life, it looked like he might actually get it done.
As they go side by side.
Side by side, they're still giving each other a bit of room here. Outside line's a bit challenging, but you've got to give each other the space when you need it, and then just single file through to the fast right-hander here, avoiding the chicane at Barcelona, and it looks like Angus has got the move done there. V-Man in 8th position there in the Lexus. Brando coming through in 9th as well. Almost like the grid has been reset in the way. Big Rig following in 10th. Specs, Pitmaster and Atlantis in 11th, 12th and 13th respectively. Atlantis is actually looking to make a move, but Pitmaster looks like he might have the slipstream of his teammate, but it's just not enough with that GTR. It's just got too much power, it seems.
Yeah.
Atlantis gets a move done.
Oh, what an angle.
Pitmaster, yeah, very shallow entry.
That's a tough angle, yeah. Shallow entry, very tough to do. As Specs picks up a 1 second penalty for a cut.
Oh dear. Maybe running a bit wide on the entry or something like that.
So that's going to play into Atlantis' hands finally, because he'll have to serve that on this lap.
Yep, and that's a low, like a weak track limit penalty too. It's just very strange in this game sometimes, but nonetheless. So Specs, currently 11th, looks like they may drop to 12th or even 13th with that 1 second penalty. Atlantis shouldn't be forcing the issue here, should be just biding his time and just letting him go through and let the game doing its work in terms of the penalty structure. Pitmaster hanging on the back there, looking to gain a position too. And Spud down the back, just finding his feet again after a brief, I guess, hiatus you could call it from the league, coming back into it. Swinger probably got a lot of work to do, not the ideal start for their debut race. Got a lot of work that they need to do to catch up, but still a long race to go, another 20 to 25 minutes, and Grim behind them as well. Obviously something happened there that we missed.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate for your first race in a new league to have an incident, which we didn't get on the camera, I don't think, but nonetheless, he's keeping his head down here and putting in some good times.
Carrying on there, but out in front, Ozpat G with the hard compound tyres. DC looks to be closing that gap to him at the moment. From memory, I think DC had done his medium stint or his hard stint. I'm not 100% sure. But he's on soft tyres at the moment, right?
He's on soft tyres now, chasing down the Lamborghini, who is on the hard tyre. The thing with the Lamborghini is on this track, it's very strong. So if you have a look at the lap time comparisons between those two drivers, they're not too far off.
No, not at all. 144.9 for Ozpad G in that last lap, and a 144.0 for DC. Needs to put in a bit more effort there to catch up. Robin Hill hanging on to the back of them as well. 1, 2 and 3, probably about 1 to 2 seconds apart. Rudsey goes defensive, heading into the hairpin off the back straight. Looks like Angus has potentially a little bit better grip, but looks like he may be able to get the move done down the main straight as he's riding right up the bumper of Rudsey here. He's putting in a good effort for his first race in the Pro Series after taking out the Amateur Series division in Season 7. But then again, it's a long race to go and everyone's on different tyres. It could really go any way at the moment. Rudsey tries to break that toe there by moving off the racing line. Might have to consider moving back to the racing line. Stays defensive to hold Angus there on the outside. Just does enough to hold him there. It's a good job on Rudsey. Defensive racing there. Angus is catching up. Cruiser is catching up. Low Life Motorsport has got Brando for company, with V-Man not too far behind, and actually Big Rig not too far behind them as well. So all these...
Here we go. Angus is making a move on Rudsey on the outside here.
Oh, yep.
Angus is on the soft tyre, so
able to make
Rudsey
that
doing
stick
a great
then,
job to hold Angus off. So ultimately, Angus has got the job done.
Karma 2
Now,
Autosports driver getting the move done there.
now Cruiser will be looking to do the same thing on the medium tyre on Rudsey's hard tyre.
Yep, and you just got to, as he just basically gets past him right there and then.
Oh,
Rudsey tries
Cruiser,
to fight back, but
quite aggressive pass there. Gets it done without any incident.
yep, try to squeeze him as much as he can to get as close to the racing line as possible. Rudsey actually trying to give him a bit of a dummy to let him know that he's still there.
Yeah.
And just remind him that he'll be back towards the end of the race. DC's actually moved up into first position. We missed that. So those soft compound tyres working wonders for him at the moment. But then again, it's a long race and anything can happen in the final stint.
He's just done a blistering lap time of 142.7. Not far off the fastest lap time by Ozpat.
Now, from memory, I think DC started on the mediums, is now on the softs, so the last stint for him will be on the hards, which, like the tyre name, will be very hard to defend your position and just make sure that you stay ahead of the pack. So we'll check in with that a little bit later. It's a whole group coming down the main straight, actually. Brando sort of leading the charge. DJ2 Sus behind them with a 0.5 second penalty. They all bunch up there. V-Man slowly chipping away on his debut here. Started, I believe it was 12th actually. The Karma 4 Autosports driver just trying to make subtle inroads there. Big Rig not making it easy for him as they all pick their lines, either racing lines, defensive, assertive, going through. Looks like they're all trying to pass through.
Some close driving here from V-Man and DJ2 Sus. DJ2 Sus has got a half-second penalty to serve here, so
yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he
just to wait. Yeah.
He plays up here. May just ride on board in the third-person perspective just to see the impact this has on DJ2 Sus's position.
The good thing about this penalty, that was a
slight interpretation of the race director's notes to serve the penalty on the left-hand side. Probably trying to do his absolute best to hold on to the position, but it looks like all those drivers behind him has just gotten through, and he picks up another penalty for his efforts.
He's not going to be too happy. I think he's getting his own head here. A slow fall from grace from the start of the race, to be honest, but hopefully he can regather his thoughts and keep his head down.
As the V-Man tries to break the toe here going down the main straight. X-Big Rig doesn't want any of it. Yep. X-Big Rig holds the line, does a Kimi Raikkonen, holds his line.
So all those cars that just passed by the green Mercedes of DJ Tusas are all on the soft and medium tyre. So
gotcha.
He's using the racing hards, but he is getting down low on fuel.
By the way, I'm very impressed with DC here. Look at the gap he's pulled between himself and Ozpat. He's managing those soft really well. I imagine they're coming up to the end of their life, but also Ozpat...
they're looking really good. He's actually looking after those tyres very nicely. So he would have his tyre balance precisely where they needed to be. The left-hand front is obviously copying a bit more damage than the other ones. However, ultimately, looking not too bad.
Awesome.
With half a tank of fuel.
And it probably helps to have someone like Ozpat G on the hard compound tyre, just maybe acting as a bit of a blocker for the drivers behind them to slow them up a little bit. But
yeah, well, the next two cars are on the hard tyre.
Yeah, well, they're not going to. Yeah.
To Angus, and then you've got Angus in the softs, and his tyres are looking worse than DC in the same car, isn't it?
I wonder if we'll see some drivers head into the pits and maybe gamble with a 11 lap stint on the mediums, because we saw that 10 laps was sort of that sweet spot for the mediums and 6 to 7 laps were the sweet spot for the soft tyres. So DC's doing a pretty good job, because I'm pretty sure he came in on lap 10, so this is his at the end of lap 10, sorry, so this would be his 7th lap on the soft tyres, so good effort there. Look at the main straight though. I don't know if you can see what I see there, Anthony, but look at that main straight. It's just like car.
And this just looks incredible in replay mode, like with the heat waves.
Yeah,
it's insane. Yeah,
just pulling together.
Second to none.
V-Man first to make his second stop for the day. So the first one to make a move here. He was one of the earliest drivers to make their move at the start of the race, so there's no surprises that he's coming in first for the second stop. But hopefully he'll be able to use a bit of clear track here to gain as much time as possible on his outlap as he shifts to the medium tyres. Yeah, which is a great way to finish the race, I would say. Just gives you that speed and that grip, and also that longevity, just to make sure that you can go. But
so you were saying 10 laps for the medium tyres?
Based off when most of those drivers came in for their first pit stop, like DC and things like that. So I'll be interested to see how. I will be very surprised if DC keeps carrying on, doesn't come into the pits to start, because we were saying
he doesn't need to be honest.
There you go. He's doing a really good job there, holding onto those soft tyres. Maybe he should pass that really knowledge down to some of his teammates or retired racers, so that they can look after their tyres in future races.
That is a good note for everybody in the who's watching along. That sometimes thinking about your race strategy in its entirety, those tyres do come into play a big important part. If you can just take your time and maintain them, they pay dividends at the end. Sorry,
Robin Hill. No, that's all good. I was just saying Ozpat's in the pits. I think he's the only one in there at the moment. I'm glad the spectators here caught the live burn. Just remember, aloe vera works wonders in case that happens to anyone. We've got a couple of drivers in the pits actually. So we got DJ2 Sus moving along. Ozpat's out.
What was the live burn?
I can't. I think we'd probably get our video demonetized. Brando's on the soft tyres. Big Rig's on the soft tyres. V-Man's coming down the main straight on the medium tyres. I wonder if he'll be able to get past a couple of them. By the way, anything that I do say or put forward in this live stream is purely my opinion and comes from a place of love and care for everyone, so just bear that in mind, gentlemen. DC, okay, DC surely got to come in. What do you reckon? You've got the tyre update, you tell me.
If I was DC, I wouldn't come in.
I like that call. I like that call.
I wouldn't come in, I'd stay out.
And he does exactly that. Carries on.
That's my old team boss.
That's my dad. Like one of those things. That's my boss. Cruiser carries on. Angus carries on. Alright, and Robin Hill's we're going to drop back a little bit, but must be all part of the master plan there.
Angus has also stayed out like DC, but he is in far worse shape. He'll be in this lap for sure.
Razmaz saying that those soft can go for 11 or 12 laps depending on the fuel, so DC looking to just extend the life of that as much as possible. Spud comes into the pits on the mediums. I imagine he'd move to a soft or a hard compound tyre. Swinger's in as well, and Grim is moving into. Ozpat.
So this is the thing also with Gran Turismo is you don't get to see or have a sticky beak at other people's real-time laps that they put down to make judgment calls on your strategy. I know in ACC you can look at your little leaderboards and their lap times pop up on the MFD.
Get some info,
You get some valuable info on your time and when you should be pitting. Right now DC's getting some time cut out of him actually, in fact, by Cruiser, who is on the medium tyre with no fuel, however, but his lap times are pretty good with those medium tyres.
Yes, he actually just goes purple through the second sector there.
There you go.
Atlantis, who started 16th, that's the fastest lap of the race, but I imagine towards the end of this race that could be anyone's extra point for the taking. DC coming around here. Maybe if he takes note of losing that time, maybe not enough to encourage him to come into the pit, so he carries on there. Cruiser runs a bit wide there. I'd be surprised if he doesn't actually get a penalty for that. Oh, he actually hits the pit wall.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable. That was
I didn't
not
think we'd
on my
see that in
bingo
the Pro
card.
Series. I didn't think we'd see it.
That was not on my bingo card. I didn't even...
No.
Oh my goodness.
At least he doesn't have to carry that damage around. He got the same damage as what DJ Swinger had, but on the opposite side of the car.
I reckon Rudzi is definitely going to jump him here because that time to repair that damage has got to be at least 3 seconds and a bit. So
Yeah.
we'll just watch the pit stops here. We know that DC's still carrying on. Robin Hill's jumped up to second, Atlantis in third with the fastest lap as well. So we watch Rudsey's pit stop and admire the trademark Red Mist Racing livery
That
that's
is one of the
meticulously
best liveries
created.
I've seen.
It's always easily one of the best. If we had a livery competition every season, we know who would win it every single time.
That's it.
So Rudsey puts in
Talented man.
67 litres of fuel and exactly as predicted jumps out in front of Cruiser, but Cruiser's put 90 litres of fuel in, whereas Rudsey's only put in 67, so unless that Porsche has a hybrid system underneath it, I
found that the Porsche was pretty good for fuel, to be honest. When I was doing the testing with the guys, last season when we were doing the practice, I used the Porsche, and I just found it to be just great.
Really good.
If you drive it right, I think that car's pretty strong.
Could be strong.
They're both on the soft tyres, as you said, but I think Cruiser is just got better pace.
So DC's coming in. Ozpat is effectively who was leading the race at the start of the race. He's only coming round onto the back straight now. That is a huge gap. I feel like DC will be in front of Ozpat, but for how long? Because judging by the
hard
numbers
tyres,
here,
isn't it?
it's going to be the hard tyres. Yep. So he's got to run for his life, and it's going to be 7 laps on the hard tyre, which are about 2 seconds slower. And I would say Ozpat's going to be on the medium, which is a fairly competitive tyre. So
I actually really like Ozpat's livery as well. It's simplistic, but it's just got all the right colours for that Lamborghini.
It's kind of got that Italian/Golf livery sort of style
what do you
going.
call it, the tricolore or whatever they...
Yeah, tricolore, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if Ozpat gets any blockers from a traffic perspective. Robin Hill's coming out. Ozpat just flies past in there. But Robin Hill's on the soft tyre, which is really good to see. Angus, it's going to be tight between the two of them. They're technically related teammates. I call them cousin teammates because...
Cousins, yeah.
Just like there's a gajillion cousins and teams at the moment.
And that's a pretty good result for Robin Hill to come out in front, actually, because he's on the soft tyre for Angus on the medium.
Yeah, he should be able to scoot away.
Yeah, Ozpat also on the medium tyre, but that Lamborghini, on the medium tyre here, you should be doing the same lap times as those guys on the soft, I'd imagine.
I know it's easy for us to say it here in the commentator's box, but that would be music to my ears if I had an engineer in my ear for DC to say that, okay, you're on the hard tyre, but Ozpat's on the medium, but Robin Hill's on the soft. So you'd just be praying that Ozpat and Robin Hill get really close and comfortable with each other and start to slow each other down so that he can scoot away here. But DC's going to have the drive of his life if he wants to win this race.
Yeah, if Robin Hill and Ozpat start fighting, it's just going to work out for DC.
But look at the gaggle of cars between P3, P4, P5, P6.
I mean,
and then Brando is coming through.
It's just like, it just goes to show, like, implementing this yellow system that we decided to do early on in the development of this league has really helped us really structure these races, so we can have these races where everyone's really close towards the end of the race. It's just awesome to see.
And also
there might
huge
be some outliers, but due to incidents or mistakes or strategies, but typically everyone's pacing at the same lap times.
And huge shout out obviously to Flux as well for creating the strategies that encourages this type of racing where everyone sort of bunches together or their battle packs that are forming. So
that's right.
You can see two slots moving through, Spud hanging on there. Swinger trying his absolute best to make a bit of a recovery drive, but when you lose it at the start of the race, it's always going to be challenging. Grim coming through at the back there, probably hoping for a better race next round. But you never know, the race is not over until it's over. But DC hoping to scoot away, but that gap is closing between him and the rest of the other drivers. But as expected, Robin Hill is now in sight of Ozpat G, so could be a little bit of battling going on to slow each other up.
It's good to see that Renault back on the track as well.
Yeah, not many people would pick that choice, so it's good to see some variety, especially in this sort of caliber of the Pro-Am division. Usually people are quite competitive, stick to the metas and stuff like that just to make sure that they're safe bets.
This car was a meta back a few seasons ago, though, wasn't it? Like season 2 or something like that. That
Yeah,
was
I'm not
lightning quick.
100% sure. Yeah, I think it just maybe struggled. It struggled with something. I think it was fuel or something like that. Or it could just been mid rear tire wear type thing. So, but it's good to see it. It technically is like a concept, but also was a real life GT3 like car that was made. I just think it's really cool. It's sort of a
Ruddsy's giving some grief to Angus at the moment. He's
yeah, I
just kind
saw
of made a
that in the
mistake there and dropped
background.
off
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah.
Let's see if Cruz is able to get a move here as we ride on board with him. Probably not close enough. Rodsy still goes defensive just to be sure.
Is that a double
no!
move? Was that a double move?
I don't know. I think it was a dummy and a move. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was just more making sure that the guys didn't run into each other. But
Oh
I
my
think they're both
goodness.
partially responsible for that. So
That could have been really bad for them both.
yeah. And now they're going to be probably a bit hot under the collar there as a result of that.
They're definitely. Cruz has given
Cruz
the
is going
aggressive.
through. Knowing Rudsy, he'll chuck a move up the inside here. No, thinks better of it actually. Just
Calmer
maybe
heads, that's it.
Yep. Angus is able to break away massively as a result of that. Oh, Ozpat has a bit of a squirrely moment there, and Robin Hill's got through.
No, that's not good for DC.
Yep, that was not what DC wanted. Ozpat just coming out up that hill there, dipped the left rear tyre onto the grass, had a bit of understeer, caught it, but that just allowed Robin Hill to sail past with no dramas whatsoever.
Ozpat's still trying to recover from that.
And now that gap,
deep.
Yeah, that gap between DC and second place now is just even smaller. So Robin Hill's in second, Ozpat's in third. Angus is doing a stellar job here, catching up. Started in 9th position, currently running 5th. Rudsy hanging on there in 6th. Brando in 7th, the rotary-powered Mazda. Runs a bit wide there, actually. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Commentator's curse.
As
soon as you mentioned his name.
Well, I had a feeling because he was running wide on the entry to the turn, and that put him wide, I think, on the exit, and that's just painful because now the car's going to be damaged and slow.
On the worst stint for him.
Oh, he was in 7th and now 13th.
He's running the soft tyre.
Oh dear.
And now he's going to run around with damaged front bumper and wheel damage.
Yep, so that'll cause some issues on the main straight as well.
Yeah, we'll see Donaldson here snap this up.
DC still hanging on to first place.
Robin catching. The green Mercedes of DJ Tusas looking hungry for V-Man.
Yep. Trying to make up for it.
You've got to see how he's going.
Now we'll jump to Rodsy, have a look. Probably dropped off a fair bit, I imagine. Oh, not too bad actually.
His tyres are looking better than Cruiser. He is running that less fuel as well, so he's got a lighter car by a lot. Hopefully he can get it to the end. Hopefully he doesn't have to start lifting and saving fuel.
So now the narrative sort of changed here for DC. Had a huge gap, was making chunks of time. It's all about damage limitation at this point. You know you're going to get caught because of the tyre differential between, and you can see that between the drivers catching up to you. But if he's able to shift his perspective and look at not the gap behind him, but the gap behind Robin Hill in particular,
correct,
and just be like, okay, that's where I want to hold my ground. That's where I want to be. That would probably be beneficial here. We might just stay on board.
He's in a fork, he's in a fork in the road here. Do I defend really hard and let the other cars get close and then potentially lose more positions?
I just look at the difference there as Robin's able to close down on the braking and just hold that grip coming through the corner here, able to brake late again, I imagine. DC actually runs a little bit deep there, probably feeling the pressure.
Going to be mounting.
Yep, and I would just let him through here, in all honesty. See how they go. They keep it relatively civil, makes Robin Hill work for it, and I think that's a relatively decent decent opportunity there. So Robin Hill takes the lead of the race, and DC in second with Ozpat behind, but he's actually got a half-second penalty coming up right now.
It's going to feed him to Angus.
Lots of cars behind him as well. Let's see how this goes. Serves it on the left as per the driver's briefing. Slots back in. Oh, he actually... He tries to go... He tries to be greedy and go back for the move. And he runs off really deep. So, in trying to save one position, he's lost 2 and potentially 3 there. Rudzie's now all over him. Actually, on the inside, Rudzie's sizing up a move here. 2x2 in this corner doesn't really work. Oh, guys.
Rudzie. He's got it. Rudzie's got it. Come on, Rudzie, you got it. That's it.
Yep, and he just rattled there and on the gravel.
I don't think there was any contact. I think he's done that to himself.
No, I just think, didn't there to himself. So for trying
I think he's got in his head now as well.
Yeah, for sure. For trying to defend one position from 3rd down to 7th, it just takes moments like that. And again, this doesn't help DC because he was hoping that all those people bunched up together racing and things like that would slow down the third place driver up to him, Angus now, which was Ozpat G before, but now Angus has got clear track, a bit of pressure behind him from
bad for that Lamborghini, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, he was having a really strong race. It's just
really strong.
One moment, especially at these margins, it's game over, unfortunately. Still carry on because a couple of points at the end of the season could make a big difference.
100%. I was going to say before, I'm not sure if I did or not, or just thought about it, but this track where you serve the penalty, it's actually really good for people who are serving penalties because you're not losing too much time because it's a short run to that hairpin where everybody's got to slow down.
You got to brake at about the 150, 175 there, and
so I think he hasn't thought about that, to be honest, and
just really wanted to hold on to that position. Now it's going to be interesting here. I know I'm gassing up DC a lot at the moment, but he could hold on to second, but he also could fall down very, very far, especially if Cruiser annoys Angus enough and makes them drive defensively. So it'll be interesting to see how this race pans out as we actually come around to the final lap of this race here. So we got Robin Hill coming down the main straight to start the final lap. So the pole sitter dropped sort of off pole at the start of the race, moved down a bit and dropped even further back with the pit stops, but looks like the strategy that he had planned has worked to perfection there as he starts his final tour. DC in second, doing everything he can to hold on to maybe not second, but at least a step on the podium. He's got a big mountain to climb here. I reckon it's going to be very, very close. And they're all in the same car behind him. Angus in the GTR, Cruiser in the GTR. Rudzie did a fantastic job, especially for their first race in the Pro Series, to be 5th at the moment. We'll be carrying on here.
Yep.
We might just hang on with this battle pack for second place because I reckon it's going to get quite spicy.
I think so. This is the battle to watch. DC just needs to hold his line, be defensive.
Yep, 100%. There's no point in damage limitation at the moment because the damage limitation right now is defending your position as much as you can.
He does have a lighter car, so he should have some good acceleration.
This is going to be very interesting heading into the hairpin here. I wonder, this is those sort of make or break moments, like what do you do, what decision do you make? Angus looks like he's trying to keep DC pinned. DC
just in the middle. Yep,
looks like DC sat in the middle. Trying to hold on to that apex. Angus gets good exit out. Actually does touch him a little bit. Oh, DC's holding on, fighting off back here.
Insane battle right here.
As he can hold on, actually,
running a bit wide.
Actually, just holding on to the back there. We're kind of doing what the F1 does for Lando Norris in the commentary, as we can see Robin Hill actually passing the finish line here to take first place here as he crosses the line. DC actually gets the job done. Second, third and fourth are probably within a second of each other. So Angus takes P3, Cruiser P4, Atlanta started 16th, finishes 5th, followed by Big Rig. Ozpat, what could have been in 7th. Pitmaster 8th, pulls the handbrake across the line because damage doesn't matter anymore. Teammate 9th, coming straight into him. Rudzie, there was something that happened with Rudzie. He's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. He went from 5th to 14th.
No.
Remember what we said?
Early.
60 litres. 60 something litres. I was like, he's had an accident. Grim,
battle.
15th, and DJ Two Stuffs is out of fuel too.
Out of fuel. I just want you to rewind after after the finish here, and just go back to Robin crossing the line. I don't know. Did he spin before the line, like
I
in
think he pulled the
celebration,
hand.
and
I
didn't
think he
make
pulled the
it?
handbrake.
Or did he get past it all right? Yeah,
I
I
think he
was going
pulled
to
the
go back and have a
handbrake.
look. Yeah.
I might. There was so much action on that last lap. I feel like we need to run that back actually. So I'm
Yeah.
going to jump into the last lap, and I might ride on board with Rudsey here just to see what happens.
Oh yeah, he crossed the line. I thought he pulled the handbrake early and didn't get to the line, then had to straighten it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But yeah,
So,
it's
I'm riding on board with Rudsey at the moment. I'm sure you can see it on the live stream on your end. Looks like he's gotten through sector one okay, carrying enough speed. Definitely feels like he's short shifting and trying to just nurse this car home. Yep, keeping those low revs going. Comes out onto the back straight.
oh at the hairpin, he's just gonna lose fuel.
He ran out of fuel on the back straight, so he had the whole of sector 3 to do.
Yeah.
He's got no fuel, so Atlantis is going to get the boot. Atlantis almost didn't know what was going on. Couldn't believe his luck. Big Rig gets through. Ozpat G gets through as well.
God, what a good race.
Pitmaster is going to get through as well. Rudsey gets through as well. Sorry, Pitmaster Specs gets through. V-Man. Swinger actually comes back from 15th and tries to hold on here. I think he's currently 13th at the moment as we're watching it on the replay here, but he should be able to jump up to 12th as they pass Brando.
Oh,
Or does Brando just get over the line here? No, I think there he is on the right hand side as they all fly past him. Oh, Rudsey would be devastated. Was on track for a great finish there. And Brando 13th, Rudsey 14th, Grim 15th. Low life DJ2 Sus has also run out of fuel, but we won't labour that point.
it gives me flashbacks to the endurance in the off season where I had to be pushed to the finish line.
Pushed to the finish line, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we heard from the race hosts and the directors that was a close race, but I didn't realise like to that extent that
That's so
not only
close.
did strategies converge on the final lap or like the final laps plural, but on the actual final lap, like we had DC protecting second place from Cruiser and Angus, who were very, very close behind him. We had Rudsey in 5th, drops to, what was it, 14th, 13th, out of fuel. And DJ2 Sus also dropping back as well. And Ozpat trying to save a couple of laps earlier, trying to save one position, losing multiple in the process. So,
If he's
wow.
starting in second, he'd be
Yes,
devastated.
yeah, you'd be gutted. But again, just pick yourself up, go again next week. Round 2, there's another 8 rounds to go. But guys, thank you so much for joining as always. Great to have these back on the schedule. What a great race to start and open the doors for season 8 again. Super chuffed at the attendance and the people that we have joining these races, and also the reserve drivers as well. Special shout out to you guys for being able to join in with the practices and also being available to step in if there is a vacancy. So we really do appreciate that. And based on this first round, it looks like it's going to be a really, really exciting season to come. So hope you guys are all ready for round 2 coming up this week at, I believe, is Alsace Village. Practice Academy tomorrow night from 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Looking forward to seeing you all there, and good luck for round 2 in the future races. But from the admin team at Apex Point Racing League, we thank you for joining. Hope you had a good
Appreciate
evening.
all of you guys.
Yep, and we
One
will.
thing I did note as well, just
Yep,
we didn't mention. I can't recall, but the merch store, guys. Make sure you get in there and have a look at the merch store. And I
yep,
think what we'll need to do is just update our profile on YouTube to have the link.
yep. Can add that. Not a problem at all. You can get your team shirts as well, guys. So you can see there's a lot of these teams forming. and you can actually get an Apex Point Racing League branded T-shirt with your team's insignia on it. So jump online. Thanks to Image Digital, they can get that printed for you in Australia. It's all locally made, not outsourced overseas. Great quality gear. Ask the people who have shirts already. Definitely worthwhile getting one and supporting local Australian businesses as well, and a local friend of our community, the Elder here. So yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for joining in, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks, guys.